Hi guys, Allison here. Happy Fuse Glass Friday. So today's project is a little bit different. I don't have an exact end project in mind this week. What I'd like to do instead is sort of explore this technique a little bit more. So I had intended to make a snowflake and accidentally fired my kiln way too hot. So instead of a snowflake, I ended up with this clear sort of abstract blob shape, and I really like it. I think it looks like, like a splatter, I don't know, sort of like a slime splat or something. It reminds me of like old school Nickelodeon, if anyone knows what I'm talking about. So I thought that I would just make a bunch more of these, fire them hot on purpose, and then just kind of experiment with how I'd like to use them. So that's what we're going to be working on today. This one was made using thin clear, so I think I will continue to make some out of the thin clear and then also use some regular clear just to give it some variety, and I'll just make as many as can fit in my kiln today. So that is the plan. Alright, so I just have some kiln paper scraps here that I'll be using to assemble these guys on. Okay, I think that that's a good place to start with for my experiment. I could fit a little bit more in my kiln, but I think this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9-ish, 10-ish. Let's just see how these come out. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Hi guys, we are back. It's the next day. I have my fired little clear blobs. So this was the original one, and then the rest are the ones that I just made. So some of them turned out better than others. That's okay. I really like this guy. I think this one's pretty cool. I think the ones where I didn't use as much glass or just used one layer of thin, they just kind of shrunk up too much for me. Well, this one's pretty cute. This one looks like a balloon animal or something. But I think we have a pretty good collection here. So I was thinking, last night about what I wanted to do with these, and I think I'm going to make a project in a couple stages. So for now, what we're gonna do, I have this really dark translucent green and a clear of the same size. So I'm gonna do the clear as the bottom layer, the green on top, and then I'm going to be full firing these little blobs onto this double layer, but fusing the clear into the green. So when you full fuse clear pieces into a color, it has this really cool effect where it sort of pushes the density of the color away, and you have this sort of shadow of the shape of the clear. You can do that effect on translucent or opaques. I particularly like it on translucent, so that's what we're gonna do today. So I'm just kind of playing with these. They look sort of like, I don't know, like amoebas or something you'd see under a microscope. I think this looks pretty cool. So I'm just going to kind of arrange them however it looks nice to me. So I think that looks pretty well balanced. Yeah, quite pleased with that. So I'm just going to get these guys glued down, and like I said, I'm going to be firing this to a full fuse so that it's all totally one layer, and then I'm going to again think about if I want to add some more details on top of that in another additional firing. So again, I will see you back here tomorrow with the results of this project. Bye! Hi guys, we are back the next day with the final, well not the final, but the next stage of the fused project here. Let me lift it up so you can see it a little bit better, because with the light passing through you can really see that effect that I was talking about with the clear glass pushing the color out of the way so that you're left with that really cool effect there. I really think that these guys look like some sort of amoeba under a microscope, so I think I'm gonna lean into that a little bit and add some more details in a partial fuse to give it a little bit of texture, a little bit more interest, and then I will have this cool little sun catcher. So I'm just gonna zoom out so we can have a little bit more room to work. I think I'm gonna work on it vertical. So I think this side is the top. Alrighty. So I have some stringers in green and blue. I thought it would be fun to make little, like, I don't know, almost make them look fuzzy, like little spikies. So in addition to the stringers, I am also going to be working with some frit. This color in particular is called Red Reactive Opal. As you can see, it's not red, it's these little white pieces, and the material that they use to make this color will react with certain other colors and actually leave like a little red rim around the pieces or wherever those two colors meet. So I thought that it would be cool to use these to get that sort of reaction and maybe look a little bit more organic. So this color does not react with this dark green that I've used. I did look it up, but it will react with turquoise blue, which I have in the stringer, and then also I have smaller turquoise blue frit. So I think I'm going to put some of the red reactive down first and then the turquoise blue frit on top of it. So let's go ahead and get started. So these guys, this sky blue color, it's not going to show up on top of this dark green. It'll have a little bit of a texture to it, but more importantly, I'm going to put more of this red reactive on top of these, and then it should react with this color, so I'll have that sort of red ring that I was talking about earlier. At least that's my intention. That's what I'm going for here. We will see if that's actually what ends up happening, or maybe this will just look really silly. We'll find out. I should have also, during the first firing, I should have fused hooks into this, but I had sort of thought that I would be using it as like a cheese board, but I don't want to do that because it just looks so pretty with the light shining through. So I think once it's fired totally, once it's done, I'm just gonna drill some holes to be able to hang it in my window. All right, I think I'm going to be all set with that. So let's see what this looks like tomorrow after I refire it. See you then. Bye. Hi guys, we're back with the final product of this little amoeba project here. Let me lift it up so you can see the full effect of that clear. I'm overall really happy with how this turned out. I think it was fun to make. I definitely learned a lot. As you can see, I already have drilled a couple holes here and just used a cotton cord because I think for display purposes it really does have to have the light shining through, because when it's just resting flat or maybe against a wall, you don't get the full effect of it. Let me zoom in a little bit just to show you what I was talking about. Here with the red reactive color, that's what I was going for really, with that little red ring around the blue piece where the blue and the white meet. The red reactive doesn't seem to have really reacted with this color that I used, so that's a bit disappointing, but that's good to know in the future. And I really like the red reactive. I think I might have to get some larger pieces of it if I want to do something like this in the future instead of using the frit. I just think that the frit pieces really aren't big enough to get, you know, enough of reaction for it to be worth it. But yeah, overall pretty pleased with this piece. I think it's pretty funky. I again love this effect with the clear blobs on top of the dark green. I think you could make an entire project just doing that and it would be really effective. So hopefully this inspires you guys to use some of your scrap clear to make blobs in different shapes and then make some cool projects with it. So if you enjoyed this project and want to see more, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I do put out a new video every Friday, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!